this page, mark this page. You get any pushback from staff that they want to see that traditional punishment as the response. If you get any pushback implementing this work, come right back here to this systemic gap. This will allow you to see where folks are stuck. So don't respond with defensiveness. Just understand that they're coming from an honest place of maybe where they're stuck in the implementation of this work. And so this will allow you to meet them where they're at and know that if it's collective ownership, or how do we build our collective capacity of instructing the whole child. But what we found is if we don't mind this gap, these are some of the things that we'll commonly see. Doesn't matter what state we travel to, this one just resonates. This one resonates, and if my people feel like this, I need to know why. And so that's where I can't get defensive. This actually came from one of my grade level teams on my campus. But if they do feel like I sent this student to you, what's he doing back in my classroom 5 minutes later? If I don't connect those dots myself and say the student's he lost all privileges for a week, staying after school every day to go through X, Y, Z as a consequence. If you see that student come back to your classroom, you're going to connect those dots yourself that nothing was done.
Okay, really quick. This is a selfish question. Can you raise your hand if you know who this person is? Come on. Yes, those are my people. No, those are. It's okay. If you don't, please don't start Googling him right now. But this is, it's okay. You're my people too. But this is DJ Polly D, and John and I have a bet. Yes, thank you. Come on. Show him some love.
If you don't know who he is, stay pure. Stay pure.
We have a bet that we're going to get DJ Polly D in every one of our presentations.
But this is funny, but it's not. You know that this is data, and this is what we mean when we talk about minding this gap. So if I feel like that, which one of these gap factors do you think I might need to be minding? Communication. So these are the types of things. If we're hearing these things, let's not get defensive. Let's trace it right back to here. What gap factor would help satisfy that perception data that we're seeing? Because behavior is a frustrating thing. And so people want answers. They want to know that there's a plan. If I don't feel supported, that's when the venting happens. So just wanted to mind that
what
for us
did you
here.
do in
That's
5
DJ
minutes?
Polly D, and if we're hearing things like that, it's perception data. So we want to engage now in this step one of this entire process here. It's on pages 29 is more of the description. So really 30, 31, 32 is this systemic behavior gap audit. So I'm just going to walk you through it really quick, and then we're going to give you about 7 minutes to really walk through this on your within your teams. 10 minutes. Let's give you 10 minutes to walk through with your teams. So part one of this is really getting things in order here. What are the teaming structures that you have? What do you have in place in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3? What behavior initiatives and or programs? We use second step curriculum. Great, write that there. We're a PBIS school. Great, write that there. We use trauma-informed practices. Great, write that there. So again, remember I said this is weaving, not stacking. It's all about alignment. You're already doing great things. This allows you to get everything organized before taking that first step. SMART goals. What are your SMART goals? I guarantee you have SMART goals when it comes to academics to increase your math or reading scores. But do you have SMART goals around behavior? You had 36 suspensions last year. Let's cut that in half. Attendance. What are your goals around behavior? Now, part two is really looking at the functioning as a professional learning community. And so we know the 4 pillars: mission, vision, values, goals. That is the strong foundation that we're building this work upon. You cannot build something strong on a shaky foundation. So, does your mission vision include how we support the whole child beyond just academics? If we don't be surprised if you walk into the staff room and hear adults complaining about kids. If they don't see it as being their purpose of educating the whole child, they will opt out and say, that's not my job, it's parent job to teach them how to act. Collective commitments, those are the values. Do we have those as it pertains to supporting the whole child behaviorally? Promises that we make to each other, that we're gonna treat every child like our own. So even the students that are struggling with behavior, what are our collective commitments? And then our goals, what are those targets, those end of the year targets? And then, the same way that we respond to the 4 critical questions of a professional learning community, what do we want students to know, how we know that they've learned it, how we respond when they haven't, that's the RTI piece, by the way. And then how we extend learning for those that have already demonstrated mastery. We just flip it with behavior. What are those behaviors that we want students to demonstrate? How we know that they're demonstrating it? How we respond when they aren't? So flipping it the same way, RTI is the part 3 component. So if we look at tier 1 prevention, tier 2 intervention, reteaching, and tier 3 remediation of the teaming structures, who takes the lead on which? That involvement, that allows you to get things in order. So one of my favorite quotes from the book, Taking Action, is the first step in any important journey is just facing the right direction. Oftentimes we're gonna wanna just jump right out in front and get started, and then that's when we hear some of those things like you saw with DJ Pauly D. This is the first step in your important journey. This is just facing in the right direction. So we're gonna give you 10 minutes. You're not gonna finish all 3 parts, but this is gonna be your first step in the important journey to really organize, just like we shared earlier. We've yet to see a school that says, we got nothing. This is gonna allow you to put everything that you got in place, because we're gonna be alignment, tightening our structure. So breakout rooms, 10 minutes on this tool right here.
The recording has stopped.